Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a full home tour of our house decorated for fall.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the
Okay, so kind of to preface this, I do decorate very simply. You're not going to find a ton of decor here just because I like a more minimal style. And so I do love Farmhouse, but I would kind of call my style like cozy minimal farmhouse. So I really want that like warm tones. I like my home to feel very, comfortable, like you could snuggle up with a blanket and a warm cup of coffee, but I don't want stuff everywhere. So that's just kind of how I go with it. I don't want you guys to feel like you have to go and buy all new things. I think it's really important to remember that what we have is already enough and we already have beautiful things. I would venture to bet that if you have ever decorated for fall before, you probably have some fall decor in your attic or your garage or your basement that is perfectly good decor. So I don't want you to feel like you have to go out and buy all new things. I think we live in a very materialistic and consumeristic society, and I think a lot of times that YouTube can kind of, and social media in general, can kind of make us feel like we're not enough and our home is not enough. And I don't want you to ever feel like that when you come here. So I'm just sharing, just kind of as more of a way to motivate you and encourage you that you can decorate your home and you can decorate simply and it can still be beautiful. So just note that, and please remember that as I kind of go around my home and share what I have. You're gonna see a lot of open spaces. You're gonna see a lot of kind of blank spaces, and that's just kind of how I like it. That might not be your thing, and that's okay, but work with what you have and don't feel like you have to go spend hundreds of dollars, because you don't. So let's get started. So as you enter our home, this is kind of what you will see. Our home is a very open concept. So you see our dining room and our kitchen and our living room kind of all connect to our foyer. As you walk into our home, over to the right, you'll see this shoe cabinet. This is from IKEA. I will link it down below. It is one of our favorite pieces of furniture that we've ever bought from IKEA. So I really keep things simple. So this is literally just the only thing I keep up there. It is a little vase with some like floral arrangements. I did get this year from Target. It is part of the Hearth and Hand line. So that is all I have. And then I just have a mirror on the wall. Next to that, you'll see our piano. And again, I keep it super simple. Over here next to our lamp, I just set a little white pumpkin. And then I love the bare space here. And then I have an amber glass vase with some leaves in it. And honestly, you guys, I feel like sometimes we feel like bare space can't be beautiful, but giving the eye room to rest as you go around the room really makes the things that you do have pop out so much more. So instead of filling this with all kinds of things, which I could do and I have done in the past, I just kept this really minimal and I absolutely love it. This is actually one of my favorite things. So if you kind of flip around here, we have this sofa table, and we did build this. I've had a lot of questions about some of our furniture. I will try to link everything below that I can. This is a build from Anna White, and I will link the plans below. On top, I just placed a, what do you call those things? Oh my goodness, a dough bowl. And inside the dough bowl, I just put some leaves from Hobby Lobby. They're really kind of natural and rustic looking. They don't kind of scream that like bright orange and yellow. They're more kind of muted natural tones. And then just a bunch of faux white pumpkins. And that is all that you will see right there. Like I said, I like clear bare surfaces. So as you kind of come around this chair, you will enter our living room space. And we have kind of placed a rug here just to kind of define this space a little bit more. We do have the IKEA Ektorp sectional. and I just use a lot of neutral throw pillows. A few of the throw pillows that I did add this year, you'll see this kind of rust colored one right there, and then the one next to it are both from Target. So I will have those, I'm sure, for years to come. So I really kept my decor super neutral, and then I just have added in pops of that kind of rusty orange this year, and I really am loving it. So in this chair, I just have It's So Good to Be Home. This is something I can keep out year round. It's not something that's necessarily seasonal. Again, I keep my table here really bare because we use it, and I want to be able to have a place to set down things that we need to have over here. And then over here on this side, we have a lamp, and then this little leaf is from Joann's. I have a white pumpkin, and then that little thing the leaf is sitting on is actually a little tic-tac-toe board. It's really fun, my kids love it, and it's from Amazon. I will link that down below. As you kind of flip around, you'll see our television over here. And underneath the television, we have this kind of sideboard. I'm not really sure, I think that's what it's called. This is the Hymnus sideboard, I believe, and it's from IKEA as well. And on this, we have just a sign that had that kind of burnt rust orange. And then I added some of the nice florals over there. On the left, I got those at Hobby Lobby, a grouping of pumpkins, and then just a little candle that's sitting on a little leaf. That's it. And then over here we have another little side chair. I just draped a nice cream colored blanket over the back, and then I have another one of those rust pillows. If you kind of come into the middle of the room and you just kind of do a little spin, here is our dining room. And in our dining room, this is all connected, so everything is open, so I do try to keep it pretty clutter-free and very practical at the same time. On our table, you won't find a very elaborate centerpiece. This is just an amber glass vase that I just put some wheat stems in that I've had for years from Hobby Lobby. And then I just kind of corralled everything on the placemat. We do use coasters at our table because our table is hand-built. And then I just have a little napkin holder that's from Target. I will link those below as well for you guys. And then on the shelves over here, I try to keep some bare space. I try not to have it lined up completely full. So I'm gonna take you over there and kind of go through everything that I have. Again, because I like practical items that also kind of serve as decor, I have my cookbooks stacked up here. Those are two of my favorites. And then the canister actually holds our dog's treats, and then we just have another one of those little amber glass vases. This right here, those little black jugs are from Kirkland's a few years ago. And then this pumpkin I absolutely love. It's one that my mom gave me years ago, I believe when I first started decorating for fall, when I first had my first home. And I absolutely love it. I just love the nostalgia of it, and I love that there are pieces in our home that kind of bring back those memories. So, and then over here we just have a little book stack that I've had for a while. A little wooden pumpkin on it, and then a white kind of sweater pumpkin beside it. And then the leaf behind it kind of corrals everything together. And the leaf was actually a gift that we received when we first got married at our wedding. So again, another one of those nostalgic pieces that I love. So on top, on the second shelf, you'll find this large letter S is our monogram. I just put an orange pumpkin on a little stand, and then I just have some more florals there in a vase. As you kind of scoot over, this sign here, I got this year at Kirkland's, so if I can find that, I will link that down below. That's kind of in the center. And then over here on the other side, you'll see I have a lantern and just another one of those little orange pumpkins, and then some leaves kind of sticking out of the lantern there. Down below the shelves, we do have this sideboard, And on the sideboard, I always keep that cake stand there, and that usually holds our baked goods. We're out right now, and today I'm actually going to share with you guys at the end of this one of our favorite fall recipes. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Down below, I just have kind of a little lantern that I put a couple of pumpkins in on this side. And then on this side, I just have a little scale with another little white pumpkin in it. Again, I do use this for very practical purposes. So you'll see baskets down at the bottom that actually hold things. It's not just for decor, but also kind of real life here. As you kind of spin around, you'll see this is my kitchen. And you'll notice that my countertops are really not very decorated, and that's just kind of how I like it. I love to cook. We cook every day, all the time. I love it, but I don't like to cook when my counters are cluttered with all kinds of other stuff. So you'll see that I really keep my countertops as bare as I possibly can. And honestly, there's probably some things I could put away, so I try to keep my decor very minimal and just add a couple little pops here and there. On our island, I used this little tray to corral a candle, a couple pumpkins, and then a vase with some pretty brown florals that I found this year at Target for really cheap. They were very affordable. So I will link those if I can find them. So on our countertops, again, I keep it very clear. We just have our paper towel roll holder there. I keep just kind of a hand soap. I have a pumpkin one out right now from Bath & Body Works. And then over here in the corner, this is kind of where I give myself space to decorate, and this is it. So I just have a tiered tray here with a little gather sign on there, just a few little pumpkins, and then another one of those amber glass bottles. As you continue around our kitchen, I have a jug there that holds all of my wooden spoons. I keep a candle usually on my stove, and then I just have our fruit right there in our coffee pot. So again, really simple as far as my decor goes. You'll see. Oh, and I do have that little leaf tea towel that I keep there. That towel is from Joann's. I've given full tours of both our kitchen and dining room as well as our living room, and just kind of showed you guys how I keep my decor simple, but also kind of giving you peeks at like organizational systems we use. So I will link those videos down below, as well as my full organized kitchen tour. So as you walk into our master bedroom, you will see our bed right between these two windows. I've just added a little fall, sweet fall pillow there on the bed, and that's it. Again, I don't need a lot of extras. I like it simple, guys. And then as you flip around here, you'll see I've added just a few things on these shelves. These shelves, we built this massive unit. I talk about this more in my master bedroom tour, so I will link that down below. But this is kind of my display space in here. So I've just added a couple pumpkins, a little owl, that little candle, another wooden pumpkin, and then just a little fabric pumpkin on this side. I added a little sign at the top with the pumpkin. I have a candle there that has one of those little mini wreaths around it, and then another little white pumpkin at the bottom. And that's it. Now that I've given you guys a full tour of my home and how we've decorated it for fall, I wanted to share one of our favorite fall recipes. And this is something that I found actually last year, and they have quickly become one of those fall staples that I have to make every single year. And so they are actually apple cider donuts. And I received donut pans a couple years for Christmas, so I knew that I wanted to give donuts a try, and it took me a while to kind of like get up the courage to do it. But now that I've done it, I'm like, these are just as easy as baking cookies. Why have I waited so long? So they are super simple. They do not require any special ingredients of any sort, as long as you have on hand apple cider, which all the stores have that right now. So just make sure that you pick up a jug of apple cider the next time you are there, and then you can make these. They are delicious. They are not healthy, you guys. They are not healthy at all, but they are so tasty. So if you are looking for like a special treat, these might be it. I will say they do not last a very long time. They get eaten because they're so good, but they also only stay fresh for about 2 days. So just make sure that you only make enough that will last you 2 days. So I'm gonna bring you guys along. I will show you what you need first, and then we will get to baking. Okay, so to get started, you will need some apple cider, some flour. I have wheat here, but I will grind that into flour here shortly. Sugar, white sugar, brown sugar, some milk at room temperature, some pure vanilla extract, 1 egg, some cinnamon apple pie spice, which you can make with cinnamon, nutmeg, and cardamom, I believe. I believe that Sally tells you how to do that on her recipe. Some baking powder, baking soda, salt, and then some unsalted butter. I believe 1 stick will do the whole batch for you. So this is all that you need to get started. You're gonna start by getting 1.5 cups of apple cider into a pot on your stove. You want this to boil and reduce down from 1.5 cups down to 1/2 cup. For me, this takes right about half an hour. And if your house is anything like mine and you get the apple cider out, you might have a little helper come and want some too. Instead of using flour from the store, I like to grind my own wheat, so that's what I'm doing right here. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you can go ahead and pre-spray your donut pans with some cooking spray so that they don't stick. We switched to using fresh ground flour almost 4 years ago, and it's made a big difference in the health of my family. We do have some gluten intolerances more than allergies or anything else, but my kids seem to be able to handle this kind of flour a lot better than the processed white flour from a store, so that's why I do this. And every good chef needs a sous chef, and Ben is going to be mine today. So we are going to mix together 2 cups of flour, and then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of apple pie spice, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to whisk all of that together. To this, we are going to add 2 teaspoons of melted butter, milk, 1/2 cup of milk, 1 egg at room temperature, and then 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, plus 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And we're going to whisk all of that together really well. After you've whisked those things together, then you're going to add in your apple cider. Make sure to let your apple cider cool for about 10 to 15 minutes before you add it in. Then you're going to fill your donut pans about halfway full and bake them at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. While your donuts are baking, melt 6 tablespoons of butter in the microwave. And then I like to lay out my cooling sheets and then add some waxed paper below, because this is a little bit of a messy process and the waxed paper will catch some of that cinnamon sugar mixture. Then you're also going to go ahead and in a small bowl mix together 1 cup of granulated sugar and then 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 3/4 of a teaspoon of apple pie spice. And you'll want to whisk that together really well. You'll know that your donuts are done if you press lightly on the tops of them and they bounce right back up. Let the donuts cool in the pans for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then gently use a fork to take them out and place them on the cooling racks for just a couple more minutes until they are cool to the touch, and you can get them dipped into the butter here and then the sugar mixture. So you're going to dip it in both. And I really like to coat them in that sugar mixture really well because that's what makes them so tasty. And here is the finished product. These do not last long in our house at all. Thank you so much for coming along with me today on this fall home decor tour. I hope that you guys got some inspiration to decorate a little bit more simply and to use what you have and to just be inspired to decorate and live with less. I also hope that you guys enjoyed that recipe there at the end. We absolutely love those donuts. So if you are looking for a new fall recipe, make sure to give that one a try. They are delicious. If you guys like this kind of content, please hit that thumbs up button so that I know to make more videos just like this. And I would absolutely love it if you guys would subscribe to my channel and make videos on home decor, kind of living simply, decorating simply as you have seen, and then also on like organization and decluttering and just any kind of like homemaking motivation. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a really great week, you guys. I will see you later. Bye-bye.